failed us.
Failed us? What are you?
We are what you could have been.
You might have her body, but you're not my mother!
Go, now!
We are a complete being. Connected. Immortal. You had a choice. And you squandered it. Alive or dead, you belong to us.
Yo guys, what's going on? My name is Jack2505. This is Gears Talk, a new series on the channel exploring subjects about Gears 5 and going forward into Gears 6 or a possible Gears collection. This is episode 2 and today's topic is the Dell or JD choice. Why our choice didn't matter, the controversial choice that went wrong. Now don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on Twitch, TikTok, Twitter and join the Discord. Now first of all, I have to cast my mind back to when I first got to this part of the campaign. Now look, I enjoyed the Gears 5 campaign, and once Dell, JD and Kate arrived at this moment against Queen Reyna, I thought this was going to be a boss fight or something interesting was going to happen. Once Queen Reyna got a hold of Dell and JD by the neck, what happened next I was not expecting, and I was presented with a choice. Now, I instantly selected Dell as the person I was going to save, not knowing that selecting Dell resulted in the death of JD. I was baffled. I thought, wow, Queen Reyna just killed JD. And then the next scene with Dell and Kate crying over the loss of JD, I was confused. I thought to myself, what if I selected JD? Will Dell still be alive? Also, I have to let you guys know that I played the Gears 5 campaign on day 1. I didn't stream it on Twitch either, so I didn't have anybody else to share the experience with, and I did it solo. I completed the campaign on the same night, like an 11-hour session on normal. Then, after I completed the campaign, I went to Google, YouTube, Reddit, and found out that other players have selected JD to save and got a completely different ending. So which ending is the true ending? Because both cannot survive. Months later, I found out that saving JD is the true ending. That is canon. So the choice that I made to save Dell was the incorrect option, the non-canon option. And this really annoyed me because I experienced the fake Gears 5 ending and not the true one. So if selecting JD was the canon or the correct option, why give us the choice in the first place? To be honest, I think this was a creative mistake from the Coalition to give the player a choice that basically had no impact. Also a bit of a cop-out from the developers. In almost every single Gears of War game, we have had a major death that impacts the story of the game, the effect that it has on the characters, and has a lasting effect on the player and their experience. The death of a character can have a mix of emotions. It can be fun, satisfying, sad, really sad, tear-jerky, you name it. But the one thing you must not do is cheat the player of the game or the viewer of the film or TV show out of a death situation. Now, a creative person is trying to take you down a path in regards to the death of a character, but giving us a choice that has no impact, the creator has, in this case, failed to deliver. Now, this was the first time in Gears of War history that a major character had died, and I felt I was robbed of the experience based on the choice that I had, that in the long run didn't matter. Gears of War used to be excellent at character deaths, some would argue the best. I can't think of any other gaming franchise with the death impact that Gears has had. I don't know, maybe Final Fantasy VII, maybe Destiny with Cade, but let us take a trip down memory lane regarding notable deaths in Gears of War and then compare them to the Dell or JD choice scenario.
They're flanking!
I understand they have located another squad. Our strategy remains the same. Cut off the head of the smith, and the body dies. We will win this war. It's only a matter of time.
No, we're here for Alpha and the Resonator. Come on! What did they do to you? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Maria. I tried to find you. God, I did. Please, no. Maria. God damn it, it's me, Dominic. It's Dominic. Marcus, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, man. No. It's okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you so much.
Marcus! He's gone! He's gone! There's nothing you can do! Stop
Get
it!
off me! God
Stop
damn it!
it!
Let me get him out of there!
It's okay, Marcus. It's okay. Come on. We gotta go now. Your father still needs us.
Let's go over all those experiences with these deaths, starting with Lieutenant Kim. I thought Kim, when I first played Gears of War, was going to be one of those characters you took orders from at the start until the end of the game and was going to be like a really important character in the story. The game wasted no time in showing the player that one, Ram was powerful and took out an important character early in the story. Now, I'm not saying that there were tears from me for Kim, however, his death was impactful in a way that one, Kim was brave, and there was no player choice here. Ram came along and took out Kim in a very impactful, dramatic way, and Ram was someone to fear. Most players will agree with me that the Kim death worked. Now, the death of Maria, one of the greatest scenes ever in a video game. This is what you call clever writing. Dom has been looking for Maria since the start of Gears of War 2, and you can see how determined he was to find his wife. Now, in a typical video game scenario, I thought, just like, many others, Dom and Marcus will save Maria from the Locusts and then guide her to safety, and then they all live happily ever after. This was not the case. Dom was too late. Maria had already suffered from the processes she went through, and then Dom decided to end her suffering by basically shooting her in the head. This was a very sad and impactful moment in the Gears of War story. This moment made the story even more personal. How you felt before the scene was different to how you felt afterwards. Now, the death of Dom for me was the saddest death in Gears of War. This was your best friend, Marcus' best friend, the guy that broke you out of jail, showed you the ropes as a player. You went through Gears 1, 2, and 3 with this guy, and witnessed the death of his wife. Then watched his death wish nature evolve, and then Dom came back and then redeemed himself and then sacrificed himself to save the others. There was no player choice here. The story had made the choice for you. It was an impactful choice. These moments live forever in Gears fans' hearts and memories as a sad but great moment in the Gears of War story. Now, let's go back to the scenes of Del and JD. The reaction from both of them when they had to deal with the deaths of each other even sounds silly when I say it out loud. There did not need to be a choice. I felt nothing when going back to the Del or JD scenes because the choice was made for me and I made the wrong choice anyway, and the choice, no matter what you selected, was a wrong choice anyway because you had no choice. Now, I hope that made sense to you all. Now, let's imagine if Kate made the choice on her own, so there's no player choice here. Let's say Kate selected to save JD, then Queen Raina kills Del. Afterwards, the guilt would then consume both JD and Kate for the death of Del. Kate would then feel guilty for letting him die, and JD will feel guilty for being the one that Kate selected to save. Both will then have to deal with the death of Del in different ways going into Gears 6. This would have been so much better, no need for player choice, and I think it would have been one of the great death scenes in the series. It looks like the Coalition were perhaps not brave enough with this situation. If we look back to Epic Games, Cliffy B and the gang, they dared to pull the trigger and kill characters to create impact on the story and the player. That to me is a much better choice. So going forward into Gears 6, give us a good death with no choices. Believe in the story that you're trying to tell. So guys, tell me what you thought about the Del or JD choice in the Gears 5 campaign. Do you think it was a good idea or not? Who did you choose to save? Let me know in the comment section below. Now thank you very much for making it to the end of the video. My name is Jack2505. This is Gears Talk, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.